Heading into week 11, I'm going to help you make some of those difficult start-sit decisions. These are all guys who are on the edge, and I'm going to help you lean a certain way. Cam Newton. I think you can start Cam Newton this week if you're looking to stream the quarterback position. He showed us last week in a small dose how efficient he is on the goal line. He could easily end any game with 2 touchdowns, similar to guys like Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray. He always has that upside on the ground that presents a safe floor. He's going up against Washington this week and his old head coach and Ron Rivera. Washington currently gives up the most points in fantasy to quarterbacks, and it's probably not going to change after losing Chase Young and Montez Sweat. So he's always a threat on the goal line. Cam Newton is someone I'm streaming if he's available on my waivers. I also just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you to all of you guys supporting us over on Patreon, supporting the channel, the podcast, and our dream. It means more than you will ever know. You guys are the real MVPs, and I hope you like the content that we provide over there. I also think that you can start James Conner, who is going to face Seattle, and they give up the second most points in fantasy to running backs. I believe Kyler Murray is going to be back this week. Last week was a tragedy. Colt McCoy was really bad, and this offense was found out without Kyler. I believe Kyler's back. I believe D-Hop's back. This offense is going to be explosive as it was before these injuries, and James Conner is always a threat on the goal line. Not only is he a threat on the goal line, but they're using him in the passing game as well because Chase Edmonds is out. So start James Conner this week. I'm also going to be starting Myles Gaskin, who has been up and down, but he's found decent form recently. He goes up against the Jets this week, who give up the most points to running backs. Every team is beating the New York Jets on the ground. This is a crazy stat. Myles Gaskin is currently top 6 amongst running backs in targets. I don't see that stopping going up against the Jets this week. He's been getting a lot of work on the ground as well, which isn't something that we see a lot from Myles Gaskin. Over the last 4 weeks, he's averaging 15 plus carries per game. So start Gaskin with confidence in PPR leagues. I believe that Emmanuel Sanders is going to have a bounce back this week as well, and I'm starting him. Last week, he wasn't super necessary to their offense in order for them to win. They were up big time versus the Jets, and everyone on the ground was getting work. This week, they're going up against Indianapolis, who is a team who can score points. And I think this game is going to be much more competitive, which means that Sanders should play a bigger role. Indianapolis gives up the 4th most points to wide receivers. So I'm starting Emmanuel Sanders. I believe what I've seen in the early part of the season, his connection with Josh Allen, I think it continues this week. I've been obsessed with Rashad Bateman all offseason, and it's so good to finally see him on the field. He's been a good flex option pretty much since his debut. He's going up against Chicago, who currently give up the 6th most points to wide receivers in fantasy. And he's averaging 7 targets per game in a high explosive Baltimore offense. This could be the first week that he finds the end zone. If he finds an end zone and he starts getting into the red zone more often and getting looked at in the end zone, he could end up being a 15 to 20 point game player each week. I really like him this week. Start him with confidence. Another young player that I'm starting this week at the tight end position is Cole Kmet, who has been slowly building more and more chemistry with Justin Fields. And a lot of this has to do with Justin Fields himself. He has shown an ability to learn the game and continue to grow and get more comfortable. You could see it last game versus Pittsburgh. He had a great connection with Kmet. Now they're going to face Baltimore, who give up the 3rd most points to tight ends. I believe in the chemistry of Justin Fields. I believe in the talent of Justin Fields. And I think this is a game where we could see a Kmet breakout. I'm going to finish by giving you a couple people that I am not playing. I'm absolutely sitting. And the first one is just any Eagles running back. It doesn't matter who it is. Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, Kenneth Gainwell. If Miles Sanders comes back, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm not starting anyone. A lot of people are getting work there in an offense that doesn't really produce a lot of points from the running back position. And they're going to face New Orleans, who gives up the 3rd fewest points to the running back position. Last week, against Tennessee, they didn't give up a lot of points. And I don't see that changing. Tennessee was a running back by committee. Same in Philadelphia. If Philadelphia is going to score points, it's going to be through the air. I'm also sitting Chase Claypool, who has been pretty disappointing this year. I actually don't think a lot of it is his fault. Big Ben has not shown an ability to throw a good deep ball. I don't know if you guys watched the last game versus the Bears. He just chucked it downfield. And I don't even think he was throwing it to the right person. Somehow it was completed. He just doesn't have the arm anymore. And Claypool's money balls are passes that are deep down the field where he can beat defenders one-on-one. Big Ben just can't hit him anymore. It's all these small slants, screen passes to Deontay, dump offs to Najee, and I just don't think Chase suits where Big Ben is in his career. He's also facing the Chargers, who give up the 5th fewest points to wide receivers, and dealing with an injury. There's definitely better options than Chase Claypool this week. Those are our starts and sits. Let us know down below if you agree or disagree.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch
now,
it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.